Hey, it's Sarah with Loaves and Dishes, and today I'm going to show you how to make beef stew with the McCormick Beef Stew packet. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to chop up one onion, and my onion was fairly large, but we really like onion, so but you want like a kind of a normal size onion, just a medium. A medium-sized onion, and I'm just giving that a rough dice. And then you're going to cut up 2 to 3 carrots. My carrots were pretty small, so I used 3. I'm going to peel these. You do not have to peel them if you don't want to. I just think they look prettier when they're peeled, so peeled them for the video. And you just want to try and make sure that your carrots are all roughly the same size. So if you have some like mine where they're like significantly smaller at the end, you just want to make sure that the tops are even though like there's more surface area because the coins will be bigger, you would just cut them a little bit thinner. And same thing with the celery. You want to make sure that the celery is all about the same size. So the onion, carrots, and celery are all about the same size. And I just cut up 3 stalks of celery. Now I'm cutting up 3 to 4 potatoes. Now the potatoes are the only vegetable that you want them to be a little bit bigger because for this stew, they are going to be cooking for quite a while. And you don't want the potatoes to get overcooked. So you want to do your potatoes in bigger hunks. I did mine in about inch size. It's about an inch size dice. But for the other vegetables, I went a little bit smaller. We're talking like half an inch dice for the other vegetables. But potatoes have a lot of moisture in them. It's really easy for them to overcook. And so you want to watch those pretty carefully. And I did leave the skins on. I'm using red potatoes, and I just left the skin on. You don't have to. If you're using a russet potato, I would not recommend you leaving the skin on. But a yellow potato, a red potato, a potato like that where the skin is pretty thin, you can leave the skin on. So now I put some oil in my pan. I'm browning up my stew beef. Luckily, stew beef at the grocery store is still pretty inexpensive. This was like a little bit more than a pound, and I got it for $5. It was on manager special, and I'm just giving the beef a good brown. This is kind of an important step that a lot of people skip, and you don't have to do it, but it does add a lot of flavor to your beef. So now I'm taking about 2 tablespoons of flour, and I'm just going to give that a quick mix to coat the beef. We're basically making a roux, and I'm going to add the packet of McCormick seasoning next to add to the roux. And then I'm adding 3 cups of water. I added a little bit first to kind of get some of that frond off the bottom, because that's the good stuff. That's the flavor. And then I'm going to add the rest of it. So it's 3 cups of water. And I'm just going to give that a really good mix. I'm still scraping the bottom. And then I'm going to let that come to a boil. It came to more of a boil than that, and then I put the lid on it, and I boiled it for 45 minutes. Then after about 45 minutes, I added my vegetables, and I gave those a good mix. If you need to, and I needed to, you can add a little bit more water. I think I added 1.5 cups, so you can add between 1 to 2 cups of water extra because we're going to let this cook for a while longer, and you don't want all of the liquid to cook off. You need the vegetables to cook, to have some liquid. So you want to reduce the heat and simmer it for 45 minutes to an hour. And then you want to add your seasonings. I add my typical seasonings: garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, salt, pepper. And then I added some chili powder to give it a little smokiness. I added some Worcestershire to give it a little more meaty smokiness, and then I added a couple drops of liquid smoke. I was really going for the smoky flavor. If you don't want to add anything, you don't have to. You could add just a little salt and pepper, but you could add whatever seasonings you like to add. And I just added these at about the 30-minute mark, and I gave it a good mix, and I let it cook a little bit longer. And there it is. I gave it a good mix. It was delicious. If you want to see more recipes, check out loavesandishes.net and be sure to subscribe.